Well, the lunar eclipses came and gone. It wasn't much here at Dopetopia. It wasn't much pumpkin at all. It got cloudy for a couple of minutes, and that was it. There really wasn't a whole lot to look at. I hope you YouTubians liked it better than I did. A lot of hype about nothing, if you ask me. It's hard for me to see much with my protective glasses on, but I had my protective glasses on, and protecting my eyes. Now I can see all you beautiful Dopetopians, you dope heads, and we can get on with the show. I went and gathered questions. I've got a lot of questions today because I haven't been answering questions lately because we've been doing special stuff because this is a special time of the year. You know, this is Ghost Machine Week, so I haven't been answering questions, and I've got about 7 questions, and we're taking it back to the old jams. You know, we're taking it back old school. This is my stack of horror books. Nothing but horror. And I'm going to show you some horror books. Nice book at the very end. Mostly all my favorite stuff, you know, is like DC horror from the 70s. That's what we're looking at today. But before we get into that, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Blows my mind how people just tune into my dumb channel and watch a guy like me look at comic books, you know. But from the basement of Dopetopia, you know, we get people from Canada and New England and New Zealand and Mexico, and it's mind-boggling because I'm sitting down here with an iPhone and a broken bar stool. But you like what you see, I guess, because you're tuning in. So, you know, I love talking comics, and we're here today. We've got 7 questions, got some books to look at. What more can you want? One thing I like to do is not hold you around too long. I like to keep it to about 10 minutes. That way you can watch the whole video. So the first thing I got, look at this thing. Picked this up at the store. How could I leave this? It's like a reverse bobblehead. But it's Freddy Krueger, one of my favorites. How can you leave that? Love it. So I got that Freddy Krueger. That'll be going here in Dopetopia. And we got some books. We got some questions. So let's first start out with a simple question, I guess. Chips Comics. Could He-Man stop Starscream? No. Starscream could smack He-Man around as a robot, but he could also just turn into a jet and just blow up Castle Grayskull, blow the legs off of Battle Cat, blow the legs off He-Man, blow Teela's titties off, just blow everything up. I mean, it wouldn't even be a match. Starscream would kill He-Man pretty quickly. I mean, they're in the barbarian age, and Starscream is a fucking, I don't know, F-14 Tomahawk Tomcat jet. Google it. I don't know what kind of jet Starscream is. Shit. It's got to be old and outdated by now because I watched it in the 80s. But anyway, still new enough to kill He-Man. So, that is the first question. I'd also like to tell you, last night I was on with Mark and Paul. I was on Legion of Comics channel, and we were talking, and it's a good show. If you ain't seen it, go over and watch Legion's channel and watch our Ghost Machine talk. It's a really good show. They're professionals unlike me, and I'm just your idiot leader. So they know how to carry a show. So anyway, let's get to show some books. First of all, we got Phantom Stranger number 21. And I like this back here, this electric chair part. You see that guy getting fried in an electric chair? Phantom Stranger sitting there. Ain't no sweat off his bacon. He ain't even freaking out over it. All these people down here are grucified. Gruesomfied? I don't know what it is. We just make up words sometimes. But they are horrified by what they're seeing. This guy's probably got blood coming out his eyes. He's got blood coming out his ears. These people are all horrified by it. And he just like another day in the office, brother. So that is the Phantom Stranger number 21. Also, here's a series that we don't see a lot on here. You know, I love 70s DC. I love House of Secrets. I love House of Mystery. I love all that stuff. I love Witching Hour. But here's something you don't see a lot. This is the Secrets of Sinister House. How often do you see the Secrets of Sinister House? And this dude's got a shovel and he is beating down dead bodies in back of the horse and buggy. We got this guy. I take it's a guy here in a pink shirt, or maybe it's a girl in a pink shirt with short hair. I don't know. But anyway, we got this person here, and they're watching it all go down. These are cool books if you can find them. There is a Secrets of Sinister House, and there's a Secrets of Haunted House. So both of them's really cool. Check that out. Beautiful cover. There were so many horror covers and horror titles back in the day. I mean, from Witching Hour to, like I said before, House of Secrets, House of Mystery, Secrets of Sinister House, Secrets of Haunted House. You had a lot more than just that. I mean, there's a lot. So, and here is another Secrets of Sinister House. This is number 11. They're digging under the ground and they come across Granny buried under there. I don't know what she's doing. She's sleeping in the dirt. So that one's pretty cool. Then we got Secrets of Sinister House number 16. That's what you call a mobile home right there. He's got the home up on blocks. I don't know what's going on there. But he's got some rope tied around the... I guess the rope's tied around to the steering wheel and he's driving it from up there, and he's got a whip for some reason. I guess because he's got 216 horses underneath the hood and he's whipping the shit out of it. Anyway, Secrets of Sinister House number 18. That's probably not a place you want to go to, Airbnb. I'd probably turn around and go a different direction. Even though you got this fly honey and the bell bottoms, you probably don't want to go up there for a night. Unless you got some Skull vodka or something to knock them jitters off. We got a mystery. Here's another good title. Weird Mystery Tales. This one's number 1, believe it or not. So, we got these arms coming out of the ground. We got this little girl with her teddy bear. I wouldn't go down that hall. I think I would go the long way around. And that is Weird Mystery Tales number 1. House of Mystery. This ain't that great artwork, but I see what the guy was really trying to go for here. He was trying. He's kind of like Danny Earls of the original world. He's trying. He just can't draw that good. So, guy's got a weird Elvis lip and I don't know. I don't even want to make fun of it today. We've got Ghost. We've got Ghost number 43. Check that out. Ghost 43. That is a little bit of our stack, and I think we better get to another question. Next question on the list comes from Comic Surplus 55. What comic book would you like to see made? I thought about this question. I think about this question all the time. And I've told y'all before about my zombie western. I want a zombie western, maybe like a Jonah Hex zombie western. I think that'd be great. I'd want it written and drawn by Michael Walsh, the guy that does Silverchair, or he does Silver Coin for Image. 2 more I'd like. What about a Man Bat? I'd want it written by John Lees, and maybe Jason Fabic do the artwork. Man Bat, a real good Man Bat story, about a 4-part series about this Man Bat that just keeps flying around like on Lost Boys and just ripping tops off of cars and decapitating people and taking girls and just eating the hell out of people, and people are missing all over the town because of Man Bat. And I don't want Batman in the Man Bat story. I'm tired of Batman having to be in every Batman family story. Let's just have a Man Bat, and we can have Commissioner Gordon trying to solve the case of all these missing people keep coming up. And Man Bat's just picking them up out of the sky, and a great horror comic, Man Bat just killing people in Gotham. Or I've never read a Green Arrow book. I would like a Green Arrow gruesome Vietnam story. Death by arrows. I want Green Arrow to be like a sniper. I want him to be out there in the woods, and he's not just held to his bow and arrow. He should have a big blade on his side. And I want him just to chop up all these Vietnamese people and just shoot them with his bow and arrow. And I want it to take place, at the right period of time, the 60s and 70s, and just have a Vietnam gruesome story about Green Arrow with his big blade and his bow and arrow out there silently killing the the Viet Cong in Vietnam. And let's get back to some more books. Here is Ghost Rider number 8. Beautiful cover. We got this one-eyed monster back here. We got Ghost Rider throwing the old right hook as he's riding the bike. You know how much skill it takes to ride a bike and knock somebody out at the same time? Mad skills to you, Johnny Blaze. Here's one I need for my filler too. This is number 45. I am finishing up my run on 1 through 81. It's the only 2 Ghost Riders in the stack. Here is the other book which we were talking about. This is Secrets to Haunted House. Secrets to Haunted House. This is issue number 1. Yeah, issue number 1. Classic cover. I've seen people make posters of this image. They're probably bootleg, but still cool stuff. Here's Secrets of Haunted House. Number 2. We got this guy running from prison. He's got the old ball and chain, and we got this ghost man, I don't know, warden coming after him. Hell to pay, boy. You don't run and get out of jail. Here is Secrets of Haunted House number 12. Got some voodoo spells going on. If your mama caught you with this one in the house, she probably threw it away because she thought you was doing voodoo. Here is Secrets to Haunted House. I would already shot this motherfucker. What is these cops doing? Shoot him. If somebody came up to me looking like that, I wouldn't be telling them to stop. I would just shoot him. I mean, you could tell he's a mud zombie. If they've never seen a swamp zombie before, that is a swamp zombie. It's easy to tell he's a swamp zombie. Shoot the swamp zombie. Good grief. Oh, me. Question number 3. What do we got going on here? Gamer Bro 6606. Favorite video games of all time. I'm not really a video game guy, even though I do collect horror video games with everything else. But I used to love the original Nintendo games when I was a kid. And on the original NES, I love pro wrestling. My favorite was Ghouls and Ghosts. Can you believe that? Ghouls and Ghosts was my favorite. But I love Ghouls and Ghosts. Used to play that at Pizza Hut all the time. Spy Hunter. And Kung Fu. Kung Fu was kind of like a Donkey Kong game. You had to go up different levels and had to beat the main boss on every level, and it was awesome. And then I got into early stages. I'd go to the mall as a kid and play Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. So, and I'm more of a Street Fighter guy than I am a Mortal Kombat guy. So there you go with that. House of Secrets, number 18. Look at that book. He is throwing her into the fire. And if this book would have came out in the 50s, it'd be worth a lot more money, because that is the kind of cover that you would see on Pre-Code Horror to me. This woman is bound and gagged and thrown into a pit of fire. That's a bad boyfriend. One-Eyed Willie here, mind you, something off Goonies. He is wanting his eye back. He's got an eye patch on. I don't know why he's worried about his eye when he don't have any muscles or anything. He should want his whole body back. But this girl loves her eyeball necklace, and her friend loves the eyeball necklace as well. I didn't know eyeball necklaces were so in style these days, but girls love eyeball necklaces. So I haven't read that, but I'd say that they probably don't keep the eyeball necklace too long. And this is one of my favorite covers of the whole, probably my favorite cover in the whole Secrets of Haunted House run. This one here, we got a dead guy. He's DOA. He's got the DOA tag on his foot, dead on arrival. But he likes a blonde-headed Betty when he sees her. He's grabbed her by her arm. This guy here's trying to get her loose. He knows what he wants, and even though he's dead, he still loves them blonde-headed Bettys. This is one of my favorite covers. Love that. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll get to another question. We got, I've been here before, living in the country. This is Secrets of Haunted House number 28. And they're drinking that demon rum. Or they're drinking that moonshine. You know, you get all these hot girls back here, and a lot of these underage girls and young 20 girls, they like to drink, and they think you're cool if you got some kind of access to moonshine. And old Billy Bob here does have access to moonshine, but he's on that demon rum, and he might get lucky tonight. He might not. He's got a hot looking Betty there. She's awesome, but he's gonna be tore up from the floor up in a little bit. So you got a short window. If he's gonna get lucky, he's got to get lucky quick. Next question. Let's see. We've answered that one. OP Andy. Favorite junk food. We talked about some of this before, Opie Andy. Do you watch the show? We talk junk food all the time. Do you watch the show? We talk Hamburger Helper. I love Hamburger Helper, any of them. Tombstone Pizza. I like the Supreme with a Frank's Red Hot on it. I love Apple Jacks. And I love ramen. Ramen noodles. Them cheap-ass ramen noodles. How can you beat them? They're delicious. You can't beat those. Let's just go ahead and let's do the last question. Why don't we just do the last question? Get it over with. Johnny Strikes off of IG says, "If I know you love Rook, if you could be one animal and you could control one animal like on Rook, what would it be?" I think I'd want to control, if I had a mask and I could control any animal like on Rook or any kind of animals, I'd want to be the leader of Wasp. I think if you control Wasp, nobody would mess with you. Can you imagine if you had this mask on and you had all control of Wasp? No bear would mess with you. No animal could put up with Wasp being all over them. Wasp are badass. You could walk into some village and just have a flock of 1,000,000 wasps, and they just take out every headhunter and the king chief and everybody. I mean, nobody can fight Wasp. You know, it'd be cool to have some bears. It'd be cool to have some boar. It'd be cool to have, I don't know, some lions, but Wasp can beat anything. And if somebody had control of Wasp, that would scare me more than anything. I don't want to see a dude coming at me and have flocks of wasp at his disposal. So, if I was a warden of any animal, it'd be the Warden of Wasp. Warden of Wasp sounds like a metal band too, by the way. Secrets of Haunted House number 38. Look at that cover. I don't know what's going on. We got a werewolf. We got a bound and gag-tied professor. Something is going on here. It's crazy. It's just crazy. That is that one. We've got Secrets of the Haunted House number 40. This girl's got temper problems. She's breaking all of her dolls. And when I was a kid, they would just whoop your ass. If you broke your dolls, if I broke my G.I. Joe figures, my mom would whoop my ass. She worked 3 jobs, and the last thing she wants me doing is tearing up my toys. I didn't have many toys, and I had 2 sisters and me and a single mom, and the last thing you would do is tear up your toys because you're not getting no more, and you're getting an ass whipping. And I think that's what little Charlotte here needs. She needs an ass whipping. That's what kids today don't get. I got beat with wooden spoons. I got beat by them soup spoons. I got beat by telephone cords. I got beat by anything. Anything she could get her hands on, she beat the shit out of me with. That's what this little Charlotte here needs. Needs her ass whipped. Ripping that head off that doll. If you don't want it, give it to some kid that would appreciate it. Little Charlotte. Your little tantrums. Here is Secrets of Haunted House number 21. Somebody went to do some plastic surgery and does not like the way their plastic surgery looks. But why would you when you see what the doctor didn't look like? Don't you think if they were doing plastic surgery, they would look better than that themselves? Come on, man. I mean, you get what you pay for. How much did you pay for this plastic surgery? Couldn't have been much. We're down to 3 books, and we got the belly dancer with the dude in the background, and he's about to get killed by a mummy, and the mummy's going to make love to this belly dancer, and it's going to be the slowest sex scene you've ever seen, because a mummy is super slow when he has sex. I mean, you ever thought about a mummy having sex? I mean, I'm sure it's pretty hard to watch, but because he's so slow, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, I mean, what are you doing? Don't tell me you never thought of that. All right, here is It number 1 from Marvel. It number 1's cool. Kind of reminds me of Swamp Thing. Kind of reminds me of Man Thing. We got this big It from the Swamplands. Bullets are going right through it. What can I say? This is a supernatural thriller. 20-cent issue. December of number 1. This is It. So pick it up if you see it. And the last book, best book of the week. I'm proud of this book. I've never read this title. I told y'all not too long ago, I've never read a good werewolf story. It's hard to find good werewolf stories. But I know this is a classic book. This book I found ungodly cheap. And the artwork's done by Mike Plug. I think I paid like $11 for this book. And I found it in the wild. So The reason it was so cheap is the backup cover has a lot of creases in it, but I don't care anyway because I am a reader, not a collector. And this is a Werewolf by Night 1. And I gave $11 or $12 for it. And it looks great. Presents well. Like I said, the back cover is what's messed up on it. It's all there, but it was wrinkly. Werewolf by Night #1. And cool book, 20 center. Story sucks, I'm sure. Every Werewolf by Night I've ever read sucks. I imagine this one sucks. Never wanted it because the stories always suck. But I figured for $11, I'm not going to find it any cheaper. So I have a Werewolf by #1. Werewolf by Night #1. Just like that, we're a little over 20 minutes. Glad y'all came on here. I'm glad you did the show and tell with me. I'm glad you even gave me 20 minutes of your life. I mean, I'm mind blown all the time by the people that come on here. I'm mind blown by the amount of subscribers I have. All you guys are great. And until the next time, I will see you again beneath the blackened sky. Read your comics.